Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 9, Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, the yoga of royal knowledge and royal secret. So we'll chant first 7 verses, please.
श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमम् प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात् राजविद्या राजगुह्यम् पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम् प्रत्यक्षावगमम् धर्म्यम् सुसुखम् कर्तुमव्ययम् अश्रद्दधानाः पुरुषाः धर्मस्यास्य परन्तप अप्राप्य माम् निवर्तन्ते मृत्युसंसारवर्त्मनि मया ततमिदं सर्वम् जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्
So just to maintain the decorum of the class, request all the men to wear shirts. So last week we studied verse number 3. So I'm just going to recap. O Parantapa, O Arjuna, I'm reading the translation. Men devoid of Shraddha, faith, in this Dharma, supreme knowledge, without attaining me, without attaining the state of self-realization, that's what it means. Return to the path of mortal world, Mrityu Samsara. So that was the most important word we learned last week, isn't it? So what he's telling us, if you don't learn this knowledge, if you don't apply these principles in your day-to-day life to begin with, and from absolute level, if you do not launch on the ultimate mission, any human being has only one ultimate mission, which is to find our true identity. So if you don't do that, whoever does not do that, what happens to such people? So that's the main message in verse number 3. So he says, you are crushed by mrityu samsara. It's a very interesting construction. So mrityu samsara means mortal world of terrestrial entanglement. Most Indians, they know this word, samsara, but 99.99% of them do not know the true meaning. They are misunderstood. See, samsara means terrestrial entanglement. Now, your association with the world is not terrestrial entanglement. So that's the misconception. So therefore, people believe, I want to give up everything and take to the spiritual path or study or whatever. It doesn't mean that. So when you are mentally bound to whatever you contact in the world, objects and beings of the world, that is entanglement. Not just because you are contacting the world. You may be the most powerful person, you may be the most successful person, you may be the most dynamic, busy person, having family, living a very busy, dynamic life. Per se, it means nothing. You may do all that and still you could be absolutely free. You may do your duties in the spirit of renunciation. But when your mind is powerful, when your intellect is weak, your mind overpowers your personality. And whatever you contact, mind has a tendency to get entangled in it. Then you cannot extricate yourself from that, whatever you're doing. So in that sense, the word mrityu samsara is used. You are crushed by these terrestrial entanglements. You get sucked deeper and deeper into the world, and you don't know how to come out. So it's a mental bondage. So that's the meaning of the word mrityu samsara. And another word which we learned last week was dharma mama. So word dharma means your essential nature, the core of your personality, the stuff you are made up of, without which you're not what you are. So dharma of sugar is sweetness. Dharma of fire is heat. So what is your dharma? What is your nature? So your nature, original nature is infinite peace, infinite bliss. So therefore he says dharma mama. And I think I did mention last week that Bhagavad Gita starts with the word dharma and ends with the word mama. So the entire message of Bhagavad Gita is sandwiched between these two words, dharma mama, my essential nature. And to find that essential nature is your mission in life, my mission in life. And that's what all these great masters, they are telling us. Whether it is Krishna, whether it is Christ, whether it is Buddha, whether it is Prophet Muhammad, it's a galaxy of saints and sages. So they are educating us on what is happening to us. We don't know what is happening to us because we are caught up. A person who is caught up, entangled, doesn't know he or she is caught up. So these great spiritual stalwarts who came out of these entanglements and reached the ultimate truth, by their own experience, they are telling the entire humanity that what's our main purpose of life. So these were the main points in verse number 3. So any questions from verse 3? Anything not clear, or you want me to explain a particular concept?
Swamiji, this dharma mama, is that My original nature, is that like universal, same in every living being?
Every human being is made up of spirit and matter.
Right.
In fact, every being is made up of spirit and matter. So spirit is that God principle in you and me. So that is the homogeneous principle in all of us.
Thank
Heterogeneity is because of body, mind, intellect. My body is not same as yours. My mind is different. Your intellect is different. So every human being is different. There are 8 billion human beings on planet Earth. Everybody is different because of body, mind, intellect is different. But Atman, the self, the God principle is same. And to find it out is every human being's mission. Kingdom of heaven is within you. The same message.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All clear? Makaran, all clear? Good, good.
Yeah.
Verse number 4, please.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः
Translation. All this world is pervaded by me meaning supreme reality, in the unmanifested form. Underline that word. Avyakta. Vyakta is manifest. Avyakta is unmanifest. So this entire world is pervaded by supreme reality in the unmanifested form. All beings dwell in me, and I do not dwell in them. So me or I means supreme reality. When any enlightened master uses this pronoun I or me, it means supreme reality. So the entire world, the pluralistic world which we are seeing, experiencing, is pervaded by Brahman. Brahman is Sanskrit word for supreme reality. So the entire world, this empirical world, is pervaded by Brahman, but Brahman is unmanifest. So that's the main point here. So it's like where there is a rope, boy sees the snake. So rope pervades entire snake, but rope is unmanifest, isn't it? See, where there is a snake, boy superimposes, where there is a rope, rather, boy superimposes snake on that rope. So where is rope? Rope pervades every part of the snake, isn't it? But it's not manifest, it is unmanifest. It is concealed, it is not seen. So similarly, that's the main message here. Due to ignorance, we have superimposed a pluralistic world of objects and beings on the supreme reality, Brahman. So where is Brahman? Where is supreme reality? It pervades every aspect of the world. There is no aspect of the world where there is no supreme reality, but it is unmanifest. Avyakta. That's the main point here. And then he says, all beings dwell in me, but I do not dwell in them. Again, you go to the snake and the rope example. Snake is in the rope. Rope is not in the snake, isn't it? Snake is in the rope. Rope is not in the snake. Waves exist in the ocean. Ocean is not in the waves. Ocean can exist without waves also. Finite is in the infinite. Infinite consists of series of finite. So therefore he says, all beings dwell in me. I do not dwell in them. You dwell in your house. House does not dwell in you. Simple example. See, actually, such verses, they are meant for contemplation. I mean, when you start contemplating, you understand the magnitude of the whole thing. Slowly it sinks in. There's so much of fuss people make about the world. This problem, that problem, this is happening, that is happening. I mean, yesterday there was I'm visiting India and I'm in Vedanta Academy. Today I've come to Pune, take this class. And there were few visitors, from India only. I think one was from Europe. And when they found out that I'm based in US, so they started. So what is your opinion about tariff? I will never send my children to America. And 10, 15 minutes, they went on and on and on. And after a while, I said the most peaceful country in the world to live is America. I mean, they deflated, 15 minutes they went on and on and on. Nothing to do with America or whatever. I'm just giving you an example. So much of fuss about a world. And what is this world? It is superimposition on the supreme reality, meaning it does not exist. So much fuss about snake. Snake is this, snake is that. What about the fangs? What about this? What about the color? What about the eyes? Blah, blah, blah. What is snake?
The rope.
Just him?
The rope. It's a superimposition.
It's an imposition. It's a superimposition on the rope. It doesn't exist. So where there is supreme reality, that's you, that's me, that's our original nature. Due to ignorance, we have superimposed this pluralistic world of objects and beings, and we are completely caught up in it. I'm not criticizing those people. It could happen to you and me also, either positively or negatively. So therefore, I am saying these verses, they are meant for contemplation, can't be explained. So early hours of the morning, just try to digest what these great men are telling us. So all this world is pervaded by supreme reality in the unmanifested form. It is a substratum, but it is unmanifest. All beings dwell in me, in supreme reality, but supreme reality does not dwell in them. Meaning infinite consists of series of finite. Easiest way of understanding. Verse number 5, please.
Amiji, I have a question.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Lina.
Yes, so if we say that God exists as the unmanifest reality, but is it because we do not recognize?
Let me increase the volume. I'm not able to hear you.
Sorry, my dog is barking, I guess.
It's
So
okay.
if we say God exists as the unmanifest reality, and but at the same time we're saying there exists nothing but Brahman. So is this unmanifested state due to our ignorance because we're not recognizing the underlying reality, because there is only this reality. So I don't understand why we're saying it's unmanifested, because it is the underlying of everything, right? So it is. So I wonder, is it meant to be not manifested because we do not recognize it as the underlying reality, or what does it mean?
See, when we say manifest, it can be contacted by body, mind, intellect. So supreme reality is beyond body, mind, intellect. With your senses, you cannot contact. You can't see supreme reality. You can't hear, you can't smell, you can't taste, you can't touch. With emotions, you can't feel it. With intellect, you cannot understand it. So anything which is beyond body, mind, intellect is unmanifest. Anything manifest, you can understand through your body, mind, intellect. So therefore, it's the underlying substratum. You okay, Lina?
Yeah, I'm okay. Amiji, thank you.
Yeah. Verse number 5, please.
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः.
Translation. Nor do beings dwell in me. Behold my divine yoga, bringing forth and supporting beings. Myself does not dwell in them. So in verse number 4, he's saying, Brahman does not exist in beings. Beings exist in Brahman. That's what we learned in verse number 4. Now here he is saying Brahman does not exist in beings. Beings also do not exist in Brahman. He is contradicting himself. It's not a contradiction, but it's apparent contradiction. You get the point. In verse number 4, he says supreme reality, Brahman meaning supreme reality. Brahman does not exist in beings. Beings exist in Brahman. Now here he is telling us Brahman does not exist in beings. Also, beings don't exist in Brahman. The apparent contradiction there is. It means world does not exist. It confirms the non-existence of the world. That's the message. Actually, there is no snake in the rope. That's the easiest way to understand. Is there a snake in the rope? There is no snake in the rope. Yes, the boy sees. So that is boy's problem. It's not a rope's problem. There is only rope. So actually, there is no snake in the rope. Actually, there is no water in the desert, in the mirage. A weary traveler, he sees water in the desert, but actually there is no water. So similarly, there is no world. It is just a projection of our mind. Due to ignorance, we are projecting a pluralistic world of objects and beings, but actually there is no world in supreme reality, because supreme reality alone exists. It's a very subtle concept. If you're hearing it for the first time, you will need some time to understand it. And then he says, behold my divine yoga, bringing forth and supporting beings. The Sanskrit word is yoga aishwaram. It's a divine yoga, it's a divine union. So why is saying it is a divine union? Why it is saying divine yoga? Because the projected world, which we all have projected, which is made up of pluralistic objects and beings, ultimately it dissolves into the primeval source, which is Brahman, which is supreme reality. So therefore, the adjective divine is using. It's a divine union. See, just as Waker's mind projects the dream state, this example will, it is easy to understand. What is dream world? It is a pluralistic phenomena, isn't it? There is dream object, there is dream being, there are millions and millions of objects and beings in the dream world. But actually, what is that dream? It is nothing but Waker's mind. One fiber of Waker's mind has become your partner, another fiber of Waker's mind has become your dog, which is barking. In the dream, we're talking about. Another fiber of Waker's mind has become all the galaxies. We can go on multiplying examples. But what is it? Is nothing but the Waker's mind. So the pluralistic phenomena of the dream world is nothing but Waker's mind. And when dreamer wakes up, the entire dream world falls back into the Waker's mind. So similarly, what we are experiencing is a pluralistic world, isn't it? Pluralistic world made up of objects and beings. It could be tangible, it could be intangible aspect of the world. So it's nothing but supreme reality, which we do not understand right now, just as no dreamer will ever understand that the pluralistic phenomena of dream is nothing but fibers and fibers of Waker's mind. So similarly, there is no way we can understand that what we are experiencing right now is nothing but supreme reality. So when do you understand that? When you wake up to the fourth plane of consciousness, when you reach the state of self-realization. So that time this entire pluralistic world falls back into the supreme reality. So therefore he is using the word divine, that adjective, because the substratum is divine, divinity. See, imagine this is dream. I mean, it becomes easy. How many objects you can see on your screen right now? Let's say there are 50, 55 of us, right? If you look out of the window, what you see? Thousands and thousands of objects and beings are there. You travel, you go from America to Switzerland. It's a totally different landscape. Through binocular in the night, you look at the sky. What do you see? Millions and millions of stars, galaxies, and whatnot. Imagine this is a dream. But actually, what is it? It's nothing but Waker's mind, which has projected that dream world. But no dreamer can understand that while he's dreaming. But the moment he wakes up, he understands it was nothing but a Waker's mind. So that's the difficulty all of us are facing. Are you getting the comparison? So what's the difficulty we are facing? There is no way to understand for us that this world which we are experiencing, actually it is nothing but supreme reality. That's the difficulty. Nobody can convince us. Just as nobody can convince the dreamer that what he is experiencing actually is nothing but Waker's mind. But when dreamer becomes the waker, he understands that the erstwhile dream was nothing but Waker's mind. So when you reach, those who have reached the ultimate state of self-realization, God realization, they are telling us by their own experience that the world which you are experiencing and completely caught up in, entangled in, is nothing but supreme reality. So it's a very subtle concept. There is not much to be explained. Therefore I said these verses are meant for contemplation. Verse number 6, please.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Translation: as the mighty wind, moving everywhere, rests ever in space, even so know that all beings rest in me, in supreme reality. So it's a simile, using that wind simile to explain the concept. See, world is made up of 5 elements. We all know that: space, air, fire, water, and earth. So I repeat, world is made up of 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. Space is the subtlest element, earth is the grossest element. So what he's telling us, that all these elements, when he says world, that means space, air, fire, water, and earth, they rest in supreme reality. They are housed in supreme reality. World cannot affect Brahman. World cannot affect supreme reality. World cannot contaminate Brahman. World cannot improve Brahman. Because Brahman is the subtlest. It supports the whole thing. But with wind simile, it becomes easy. See, what is that wind simile? Now, there are 5 elements. I'm repeating. Of these 5 elements, space is the subtlest. So he's saying mighty wind. Now, what mighty wind? There is a pun in the word. Even if there is a tornado, that tornado cannot damage the space. It cannot affect the space. Or if there's a fire, there's a massive fire, will that fire burn the space? We're not talking about Brahman, we're just talking about 5 elements. The mighty wind. Imagine there's a massive tornado. Can that tornado affect the space? Or can massive fire burn the space? Forget about Brahman and the world. Stick to this example. Mighty, what mighty? The massive fire. In California, there was a fire last year. So was Californian space destroyed?
No.
In Texas, there were flash floods. Even now it is happening. Can it wet the space?
No.
Why no?
It can destroy the earth, but it can't destroy the space because has to do with contemplation. It's everywhere and it just cannot be destroyed. That's the best way I can describe it.
Correct. I mean, you're not wrong, but why?
Because
Space
it's
is-
subtler.
It is the subtlest.
It is subtlest.
And all other 4 elements, they are grosser compared to space. So if you understand this, the rest is very easy. So entire world, now, which includes space, is gross compared to supreme reality. So the gross world cannot affect the supreme reality. The entire world can be destroyed. Maybe billions of years it will last, right? I mean, so many theories supporting that. 10 billion years, 20 billion years, whatever, entire world will be gone one day. But supreme reality will be there. So that's the message. And the philosophical message is, since everything rests in Brahman, there has to be constant awareness of Brahman. The whole world exists in supreme reality. So therefore, there has to be constant awareness, constant memory of that supreme reality. That's the purpose of a prayer. What is prayer? Prayer is nothing but full-time awareness of the truth. What is the truth?
Supreme reality.
Which is everywhere, which is all-pervading, which is infinite, which exists in all periods of time, past, present, and future. So when we pray, it's nothing but a reminder. Reminder of what? That our ultimate mission is to get there one day. Otherwise, just mechanically you are praying. But if you understand the true meaning, then it's very potent when you pray or when you study. The purpose is same. It's a reminder to shift our focus from body, mind, intellect, from world to the supreme reality which supports it, which is infinite. See, therefore, I gave example of those visitors, innocent people, nice people, but they're so caught up in the world. We all are caught up. Why talk about them? So we are discussing about the world. We are entangled in the world, perhaps crushed by the world sometimes when you face problems in life, or when you are indulgent, still you're crushed by the world. You're totally caught up. You have no concept of supreme reality. So the purpose of true prayer is what? Prayer is for what?
Remind us for a supreme reality.
What is that supreme reality? Where is that supreme reality?
It is all pervading.
You are resting in that supreme reality. World is resting in that supreme reality. So if you maintain that awareness and then you function in the world, you won't get involved in the world. Number one. Also, you will not be affected by the world. That's the beauty. See, I repeat, if you maintain that awareness that I'm that truth, I'm that reality, and then carry on with whatever you're doing, your family obligations, your professional obligations, you are having a great time, why not? But your focus is most constantly on that supreme reality, the truth. You can use the word God or Lord, it doesn't matter. You will not get involved in the world, either positively or negatively. And also, you will not be affected by the world. Or to the extent you identify with supreme reality, your thoughts shift to the supreme reality. To that extent, you will not be caught up in the world. To that extent, you will not be affected by the world. But if you have no concept of supreme reality, that's the purpose of this knowledge, then you will be involved in the world all the time, 24/7. That's what is happening to all of us. It's a question of more or less. See, I visit India once or twice a year, If you ask me what is the most difficult part of visit to India is what? It's a challenge. I'm really struggle. What could be that challenge?
The population and heat.
Sorry?
The temperature, high temperature in summer and population too much.
What? Which part of India? Depends on which part. Himalayas you go, it's like cool, pleasant. What population? So I'm talking about philosophical point of view. I'm not talking about India as such. It could happen to a person who is from Europe of German origin who is in USA, he goes to Germany, same problem he or she can face, which I am facing. Let me put it in a different way.
It's
Hmm?
involvement and affectation when you go to India.
Mhm.
Misunderstanding of what the other place is.
What are they? I'm an Indian. I mean, what misunderstanding?
So they do have misunderstanding of America and they talk something of America.
Nothing, nothing to do with
Returning
India,
back.
nothing to do with America, nothing to do with Antarctica, nothing to do with Germany. I'm
Or false.
Like returning back to America again from India.
sorry.
Returning back.
I'm more than happy.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely happy being in America. I love America. Also, I love India. That's not a point. Something else. Somebody will give answer. Huh?
Realizing,
Sorry?
realizing.
Family. They are trying their level best. You know, come home, come home, come home. You know, one meal, of course, I have to have with them. But if I'm not careful, this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? It's nothing to do with me or you. If I'm not careful, how long it takes to get sucked into that. And they want me to be with them every day. If I go one day, they'll be happy.
Attachment.
Again, they call me, Amit, you must come tomorrow. If I go tomorrow, they want me day after tomorrow. If I go day after tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I mean, of course, I mean, don't take it in the negative sense. But without, that does not mean you should not contact family, you should not meet friends. That's not the point. I'm just giving you example. This is how people get completely sucked into the world. So if you have the thought of reality, what's your mission in life? You may contact, it's nothing to do with quantum of contact. You may contact, you may go once, you may go 5 times, it doesn't matter. But you will not be sucked into the world. See, all of you know. So I'm trying to give you practical examples. The girl from India who attends our classes, Charu. So she had come to spend 2 days in the academy, and today she came to Pune with me. I drove her, and she had a meeting with Swamiji. She wanted to clarify something. She has 2 young children. So correct me if I'm wrong, Jigar. The oldest is 10, the youngest is 7, right?
Yeah.
So which mother in the world will leave the kids and visit ashram for 2 or 3 days, even the retreat she attends? I'm not trying to praise her or something. I'm trying to give you practical example that there are people on the screen which I see, good many of them are doing it. So what gives you that capacity to pull yourself out of the world, even for a few days, and pursue whatever you're doing? Is only this knowledge, the thought of this knowledge, the purpose, understanding of the purpose of your life, without which it is not possible. Most people, ignorant people, are completely entangled in the world, positively, negatively. I often give this example. Positively, like acquisition, enjoyment. Negatively, my problem, my tragedy, my this, my that. So only this knowledge, association with this knowledge, will give you that capacity of not being affected by the world, relatively speaking. 100% no affectation, you're enlightened person. But if you're ignorant, even the smallest problem will crush you. Now, enough examples. I mean, I don't have to tell you. Just do your own study and understand what's happening to ignorant people. So I'm trying to explain to you the practical implication of this verse. Otherwise, what do we understand? If you just read the translation, as the mighty wind moves, as a mighty wind moving everywhere, rests ever in space, even so know that all beings rest in me. Wow, what a concept, great simile. But how do we apply this in our day-to-day life? Are you with me? So prayer is nothing but maintaining that 24/7 awareness of supreme reality, which is the core of your personality, which is your only mission in life to get there. Maintain that awareness and carry on. Doesn't matter what you do in the world. But if you don't do that, then mrityu samsara. You'll be completely caught up in the world, and perhaps you'll be crushed by the world. So you have a choice. Animals don't have that choice. You and I have that choice as a human being. So that's the magic of human birth. But are we doing justice to human birth? I must ask myself, you must ask yourself, isn't it? So, subtle message, but basically meant for contemplation. And then verse number 7, 8, 9, 10, which we'll do next week. The thought flow is very interesting. In verse number 7 and 8, Krishna says, Krishna meaning supreme reality. I generate beings. I generate this world. I create this world. He takes full responsibility of creation. Verse number 9, he softens his stance. He says, I animate them, but I am neutral. So he takes partial responsibility of creation. And verse number 10, he says, I do nothing. Zero responsibility of creation. If you see a snake, it is your headache. I mean, what I got to do with it? Rope is saying, what I got to do with snake? So supreme reality is saying, as it were, if you see the world, the pluralistic world of objects and beings, it is not my problem, it is your problem, it is your headache. I alone exist. Now, if you are seeing something other than supreme reality, I mean, why are you blaming me unnecessarily? I got nothing to do with creation. There is nothing, there is no snake. Beautifully, step by step, he is educating us, because he straight away, if he says, there is no snake, I mean, what do you mean will be your reaction? Oh, I see the snake, yesterday that snake beat me also. I got scared, I got temperature. So slowly, so he takes us from gross to the subtle, from known to the unknown. So that's the thought flow in verse number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we'll do it next week. So any quick questions from what we discussed today? Good, you got a message. The message was these verses are meant for contemplation. See you next week, all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amit ji. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good day, all of you.
Thank you.
You.